Have you ever watched a video about a particular product or diet that can help you detoxify your liver? I have, and let me tell you that most of these videos are nonsense. Here is why. If we are talking about toxins in the liver, which in other words means poisoning, then the specific chemical that caused the poisoning must be identified. Because usually a specific antidote is used to counteract a specific substance that caused the poisoning. This can be heavy metals such as cadmium, lead or mercury. It can also be drugs, especially when taken in large doses. We can also be poisoned by dioxins or toxins from bacteria or mold. In relation to what can be read online, I would like to point out one thing. It is not possible to detoxify your body, including your liver, by following any diet. Unfortunately, some of my patients had this misconception and ended up in a place they didn't want to be. As I said, usually a specific antidote is used to counteract a specific poison. If the body has been poisoned, I'm afraid that even the healthiest food will not replace pharmacological treatment. That's why I think the term liver detox diet is not very accurate. To be honest, it's not accurate at all. I prefer to talk about a diet that supports the detoxification of the liver. I'm more than happy to discuss this topic. In my opinion, by choosing the right food, we can strengthen the liver, but we can never detoxify it if there is serious poisoning. In the next part of this video, I will tell you about products that can help your liver function better, cope with pollutants more effectively, and help you avoid various diseases of this organ. Before listing the products that support liver function in terms of cleansing the body of harmful substances, I would like to emphasize one important issue. Many of the studies conducted in this area have been done on cell lines or animals. Only a few studies have been conducted on humans, so we cannot be completely certain that consuming certain products will protect us from liver damage or effectively prevent various intoxications. Nevertheless, I believe it is worth trying these products as there is something to be gained. One of the basic products that can support liver detoxification processes is grapefruit. Research on rats has shown that consuming grapefruit juice can increase the activity of a liver enzyme called cytochrome P450. This enzyme is responsible for the first phase of detoxification, which takes place in the liver. This effect was observed in subjects injected with a highly carcinogenic substance called 1,2-dimethylhydrazine. The results of this study suggest that grapefruit or grapefruit juice may help the liver to get rid of harmful compounds and support the detoxification process. Our liver has an ally in beets. To back this up, I will cite a recent experiment from 2020 with animals. Researchers from Egypt noticed that beet juice had a protective effect on the liver in cases of lead poisoning. They observed that the beet juice reduced the hepatotoxicity of lead by decreasing its accumulation in the blood and liver. Studies have shown that consuming beetroot juice or dried beets can reduce the toxic effects of carbon tetrachloride on the liver. The hepatoprotective properties of beets have also been confirmed in other studies. Carbon tetrachloride was once used as a solvent and an additive in paints and glues. It is a highly toxic substance that causes enlargement and acute damage to the liver. Additionally, beetroot juice has been found to limit the formation of harmful oxidative stress in the liver and to have anti-inflammatory effects. The authors of the experiment showed that in rats poisoned with carbon tetrachloride, their health improved as a result of giving them beets. The rats receiving beet juice or dried beets had a significantly lower activity of liver enzymes such as alanine aminotransferase and aspartate aminotransferase. Literature data also show that beets can reduce the toxicity of N-nitroso-diethylamine, a compound that causes liver cancer. The protective properties of beets are likely due to the presence of antioxidants called betalainins. A product that may also be helpful in alleviating oxidative damage to the liver caused by lead is black cumin seed. I found a study in the scientific literature that showed that consuming black cumin seed in cases of poisoning by the aforementioned heavy metal increases the activity of antioxidant enzymes in the liver. Studies have shown that also cloves can have a positive effect on the liver. Animal studies have proven that this spice can help to prevent liver damage to some degree. Scientists have observed that polyphenols found in cloves can protect the liver from the toxic effects of alcohol due to their strong antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Additionally, it has been confirmed that one of the compounds found in cloves, eugenol, helps the liver to neutralize xenobiotics, which are foreign substances to our body. Furthermore, it is suspected that the aforementioned eugenol may be able to alleviate the symptoms of liver cirrhosis. When it comes to the liver, I have to mention milk thistle. Milk thistle is a medicinal plant which has been used for centuries as a protective measure against insect stings, snake bites, mushroom poisoning, and alcohol abuse. To this day, scientists have published several studies suggesting that milk thistle may indeed have hepatoprotective properties. A number of experiments have shown that the compounds present in milk thistle may alleviate liver damage caused by substances harmful to this organ, such as acetaminophen, also known as paracetamol, phenyldrasine, and carbon tetrachloride. The beneficial effect on liver function is also attributed to artichoke. In 2019, a study was published whose results confirmed that artichoke can to some extent prevent adverse changes in the liver caused by a high-fat diet. Studies on animals showed that administering artichoke reduces the level of liver enzymes, ALAT and ASPAT. In addition, individuals receiving artichoke had a decreased concentration of lactic dehydrogenase in the liver, which can be a sign of liver damage. Furthermore, the authors of the experiment noticed that artichoke can reduce the accumulation of fat in the liver, which can lead to fatty liver disease over time. It is also worth mentioning that artichoke, like the products already mentioned, acts like a protective agent on the liver, protecting it from the harmful effects of paracetamol and carbon tetrachloride. Among spices, not only cloves but also turmeric have a hepatoprotective effect. In one experiment, researchers observed that supplementation with curcumin, an active compound found in turmeric, resulted in a significant increase in the activity of phase 2 detoxification enzymes such as glutathione S-transferase and quinone reductase. Based on these observations, the authors of the experiment suggested that curcumin may potentially protect the liver and other organs from toxic damage, including the development of cancer. In another study, it was shown that curcumin may have anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects on the liver when it is irritated by alcohol, paracetamol, or heavy metals such as lead. Here I would like to mention that curcumin is relatively poorly absorbed in our digestive tract. However, there is a way to increase its absorption, namely piperine, an active ingredient found in pepper, increases the absorption of curcumin. Therefore, to potentially increase the bioavailability of curcumin, it is worth combining turmeric and pepper. Additionally, heat treatment can increase the bioavailability of curcumin in turmeric by as much as 10 to 12%. I would like to take a moment to make a small request. If you find my videos helpful and would like to help this channel grow, please consider subscribing and, if possible, also clicking the bell icon next to it. That way you won't miss any valuable videos. Thank you very much, and now let's get back to the topic. In addition to cloves and turmeric, coriander can also be included in the group of spices with a particularly beneficial effect on liver function and liver cleansing. In 2006, the results of an experiment were published which proved that fish, specifically trout, which were fed coriander, accumulated 20 to 25% less cadmium in the liver compared to individuals without this spice added. Coriander also protects the liver from oxidative stress caused by various toxic substances such as carbon tetrachloride or thioacetamide. The detoxifying properties of chlorella also should be emphasized here. Chlorella is a green edible alga that is said to have a wide range of beneficial effects on health and is often referred to as a superfood. Several scientific studies have shown that chlorella accelerates the removal of lead from the body, increases the excretion of mercury, and inhibits the absorption of toxic dioxins. It is indisputable that garlic is an essential component of our diet for maintaining a healthy liver. This has been confirmed by an experiment in which fish were infected with aflatoxins, which are toxic substances derived from mold that can damage the liver and lead to the development of cancer in this organ. Animals that were fed a diet with garlic added had their harmful effects of infection alleviated. Administering garlic resulted in a beneficial decrease in the concentration of liver enzymes, creatinine, and uric acid in the blood. Additionally, scientists have found that the level of malondialdehyde in the liver has decreased, which is a component that indicates the development of harmful oxidative stress. Moreover, the latest research results published in 2020 in the renowned British Journal of Nutrition showed that consuming powdered garlic reduced liver steatosis and improved its parameters in people suffering from liver diseases. By the way, I have made a separate video about garlic, which you can find on my channel. We can also strengthen the detoxifying properties of the liver by eating cruciferous vegetables such as Brussels sprout, broccoli, and kale. Authors of one experiment noticed that the compounds present in cruciferous vegetables increase the activity of detoxifying enzymes in the liver, both in phase 1 and phase 2. This supportive action for the liver's cleansing functions is likely due to the presence of glucosinolates and isothiocyanates, the most important of which is a compound called sulforaphane. Kombucha is an intriguing product that is seldom discussed in relation to liver health. It is a fermented tea beverage prepared with a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. Current research suggests that, owing to the presence of gluconic acid in kombucha, it may contribute to liver cleansing. Scientists suggest that the components of kombucha may bind to toxic metabolites and xenobiotics, transforming them into less harmful compounds for health. Additionally, kombucha has been found to protect the liver from the toxic effects of carbon tetrachloride, lead, and paracetamol. Drinking green tea regularly is a good idea to support liver function. Green tea contains higher levels of polyphenols in the form of catechins, which have a wide range of effects on human health. Scientists have proven that these catechins can act protectively on the liver in cases of toxic pesticide activity, pollutants such as polychlorinated biphenyls, arsenic, or toxins from mold, which are transformed into less harmful substances. I want you to be aware that it is not only these products that determine the health of our cleansing organ. It is also equally important to avoid consuming products that have a negative effect on the liver. In a separate episode, I will discuss the ingredients of the diet and the pollutants that can cause toxic damage to the liver. I also plan to make a video in the future about why popular detox diets don't work and what consequences they can have. As I mentioned at the beginning, I want to emphasize once again that the so-called liver cleansing diet should mainly be considered as dietary behaviors that support the functioning of the liver and act protectively on it. I encourage you to watch my video about garlic, a product that appears on the list of products beneficial to the liver. To watch it, simply click on the thumbnail that appeared on the screen. Thank you for your attention and see you next time.